session with Kitab Al-Fatih. All right, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the sharing session for the Limoges University Exchange Program 2026. My name is Anas bin Badr Zaman, and I will be your moderator for today. Without any further ado, I will pass the floor to Dr. Afifah for the briefing of this program.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone. So thank you for joining us today for the briefing session. And after this, we're going to have the sharing session by the previous student who went to Limoges University in the last year. Okay. So let's see into the briefing for the exchange program at Limoges University. So today we're going to look into the details of the program. And then I will brief you a little bit on what kind of activities that are available for the international student there, subject that you can transfer credit, application requirement, visa, insurance. For this part, I think the sharing session later will give you much more view on how to apply the visa and also insurance and everything, and some of the cost estimation for your daily life over there. Okay. After that, we're going to open for question and answer after the sharing session. Okay, so let's see about this program. The university that will host you will be the Ansil and Sci department. Okay, so this program is offered over there. It is not on the Limoges University campus itself. It is another campus, not far to the University of Limoges. It is under the Limoges University also lah. Okay, so this program only offered to the ECE and also CHAS student. But last semester we also have the mechatronics student who went for this program, but under the electronics program. Okay. So this program will take place will be in Limoges. Okay, so which is located 12 kilometer away from the Limoges airport, or it is 393 kilometer away from Paris. Okay, so when this program will take place, it's around tentatively the date given by the Limoges University will be 25th February, but it depends on their time. Maybe they will be changing the date, but it will not be too much in terms of the changes of the date. Okay, so it will be starting in February and then it will be ending in June. Okay, you have to check on the list of courses that you can what we call can be transfer credit first. This one you have to discuss with the academic advisor. I also invite the academic advisor for CHES and also ECE to join this briefing. Later you can discuss with Dr. Zamani, I believe ECE Dr. Zamani, and CHES Dr. Fazia. Okay. Okay, so we can say that this is based on the Limoges website and also information given by Limoges University. There are activities available that you can join over there. For example, cultural activity. There are also give the healthcare, learning French, modern teaching tools. There are a lot of sports. Okay, and then you can also find student tutors. Maybe you can ask the student who join this program later. Okay, their experience, how they involved with all these activities. And then there are a lot of attraction also around the Limoges University. Okay, so around Limoges itself also there are a lot of places you can visit during your exchange program later. Okay, so let's go to the subject that you can transfer. So we go for the chess first. For chemical engineering, the what we call the program that you have to take at Limoges University is water engineering. Okay, so the subject that previously agreed upon, that you can transfer credit based on their subject offered over there that you're going to take. These four subject, and mostly are fourth, what we call fourth year student punya subject lah, fourth year subject. And then you can also take two free elective from your subject, from your study plan. Okay, so this one, I will give the information to the academic advisor. Later they will discuss with you what kind of subject that you can transfer credit. Okay. For the electrical and electronic engineering, there are a lot more subject that you can transfer credit. Okay, so because previously ECE started this exchange program first. Okay, so that's why there are a lot more subject that you can transfer credit compared to the chess. And the um, subject for the chess is too, because water engineering is more specific compared to the subject offered for the electrical and electronics engineering. Okay, so you can look into this one. I will share the slide later in the the WhatsApp group for those who already registered for this program. Okay, so other requirement that you need to fulfill will be, you must be second year and first semester and above. Okay, so why do we need second year and second year first sem and above? Because we need the CGPA. Okay, so if you don't have CGPA, because if it is only one semester, you only have GPA, you don't have the CGPA. So you need a result from 2 semester in order for you to apply. Okay, so that's why second year and first semester and above only can are allowed to apply. If you are not qualified this year, don't worry, because this program is annually, which means next year you can apply for this program. Okay, and then for the CGPA required minimum is 2.5. This is the CGPA put by the Limoges University. Okay, and then certificate of enrollment to the incoming student to get student visa from the France consulate. Okay, so this for you to get a visa, because you're going to go there more than 90 days to the France. If it is below 90 days, you don't have to get a visa, but for this program you need to get visa. Okay, because you're going to be there for 4 months, 4 to 5 months. Okay, and then it is also mandatory for you to have travel insurance. So when you get what we call the visa letter, and you already get the acceptance letter by the Limoges, and then you can what we call buy the travel insurance. Okay, so the insurance is this one is based on my search from internet. The insurance is around, I think, approximately 500, and then the visa is around 550 to 1000 something. Okay, so depending on the conversion, and also I think um, look from where you are from. Okay, and then flight to Limoges will be around, if it is 2 stop, okay, so will be around 4K return ticket lah. Okay, and then from the Paris to what we call to Limoges, you can either take what we call the domestic flight to Limoges from Paris, or you can also take the train. Okay, so this one will take around 4 hours if you take the train. Okay, and the price is around 100 ringgit if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so if there is any changes, maybe you can ask your friends later. Okay, for this program, you will have to pay for the accommodation also. The only thing that you don't have to pay is the the educational fee there, because we have the MOU with this Limoges University. So you only pay the tuition fee here in IUM. You don't have to pay the tuition fee at Limoges University. Okay, so by accommodation and everything else, you will have to pay for this. Okay, so for the accommodation, they will provide the link later for you to register for this accommodation, and the price is around 1,155 ringgit to 1,750, depending on, I think, the type of the room that you choose. But this accommodation is 45 minutes away from the educational building where you are going to have the class. So which means you have to travel by bus, and you have to go earlier lah. Okay. There are also link over there inside here for you to look into about the accommodation. And then the cost for transportation, you can take the bus. It's around 369 ringgit. This one is based on conversion I put here. So maybe there is a little bit of changes. And if you travel a lot to other places also, maybe it will be changing. Okay. So for food and living costs, I think based on the experience by your seniors previously, they like to cook their own food, but there are also vegetarians food in the cafeteria and all. But around that Limoges area also, there are a lot of halal food over there, like Pakistani, Middle Eastern, and Western food. Okay. Um, Bear in mind that this program is self-funded. Okay, so it is not. There is no sponsorship for this program. So for those who are still interested to join this program after this briefing and this sharing session, you can um, remain in the WhatsApp group so that we can communicate with all of you on how to apply for this program. Only tuition fee to Limoges University is waived. You have to pay the tuition fee to IUM. However, there are also bench fee around, I think, to 750 ringgit that you need to pay to the university. Okay. Total expenses is between 15K to 21K, but I think this one is depends on how you what we call how you spend over there. If you cook on your own, I think it will not cost too much for you to for the expenses. Okay, so before anything, before later, if you are still interested, we are going to give you the form and everything. Before we submit to um, what we call to Limoges University, you will have to discuss with your AA first, your study plan, what kind of subject that you still can transfer credit, okay? And then you will require to get approval from the AA or and also HOD first, okay? So this one to prevent any problem when you come back, or your subject is not transfer credit, and then you are going to request, and there will be a lot of problem later. So we don't want you to go, but later when you come back, the subject is not transfer credit. Okay. It's better for us to settle everything first before you go. Okay, because it costs a lot of money to you. Okay. You might have to extend your study period, but if let's say you manage to squeeze the subject, let's say in the one semester you take six to subject or something, it might be you don't have to extend your period of study. Okay, but if let's say you have to extend study, it's okay. You learn a lot of things during the exchange program. Okay, so extending will not give you any much problem actually. Okay. uh, if you need more information, you can always contact us. You can email to us, or you can come to the student mobility unit. at the Deputy Dean Student Development and Community Engagement office. Okay, so but I would recommend you to contact us first. So because we are not there all the time, because I have classes and other people also not really stationed at that place all the time. Okay, so it's much better if you contact us, and then you can get time for us to meet. Okay. Okay, so that's it for me for the briefing. We will look into sharing session. After that, we can open for the question and answer, and then we will give you more information. Okay, thank you very much. Back to you, Brother Anas.
All right, thank you, Dr. Afifa. Um, it seems like there's plenty of students here awaiting on some more clarity on this program. So I think I'd like to invite Sister Adlina Husna to tell us more on the pre-departure. So what are the biggest challenges when applying for the French student visa?
Um, okay, thank you, Bardanas, for the floor. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
All right. So let's just dive right into the pre-departure preparation. So the first thing that you need to do is consult and apply lah. And just like how Dr. Afifa just mentioned just now, so the students need to seek advice from the academic advisors and on the selection of courses, and also um, and what subject that you can transfer to align with your study plan and to keep you in track. So after confirming with the academic advisors, students are required to fill in the application form that will be given later by the coordinator, and then will be sent to Limoges, and you have to wait for the acceptance letter. And then right after receiving the acceptance letter from Limoges, you can immediately proceed to the next step, which are EEF, also known as Etude en France, and visa application. So this step is very crucial because without visa, you cannot proceed with the application. Then you need to first apply the EEF through Embassy of France website, and then the EF is required for the pre-visa procedure for students who are planning to study more than 3 months in France. Then you had to pay a certain amount to book a slot for a short interview with them. And then after the interview, then you can start to apply for visa and book another appointment, the physical one at Embassy of France itself, located in Ampang. And then it is advisable to settle the registration for the EF and visa early to give you an ample time to prepare for the next step, which are booking your flight and train or bus. So you need to book a flight from Malaysia to Paris, the CDG airport. Also, I think the international one, common international one, will be landed in CDG, and then you had to take another train or bus from CDG or Paris to Limoges, and then it is advisable to buy your ticket earlier for cheaper price and option, since train or bus ticket also can run out quickly and the price will hike up. And then also an extra tip is to register and join the airline student club for more discount and perks from them. And then, for the accommodation, you will receive an email from Limoges to proceed with the booking of room and the housing insurance with multiple choices that you can choose based on your need and also budget. And then you will need to pay a certain amount of deposit to secure your accommodation there. And then lastly, for the travel insurance, it is compulsory for you to apply for one, as you never know what will happen during your journey there. So if let's say you experience a flight delay or flight cancellation, you can claim back with the insurance. And also me personally use Etika Trip 360, and some of us also opt for AIG. But again, it all depends on your budget. So I believe that's all for the pre-departure preparation, and I'll pass to the floor to the next presenter. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Sister Adina. So if any of you have any questions, you can save it up for now, and then we'll open a Q&A session towards the end. Next up, may I invite Sister Hannah? Is Sister Hannah here?
Yes. Hi.
Okay, hello.
Is my voice clear?
Yeah, very clear.
Right.
So my question for you is, when you arrive, what should the students what are the first steps for the students be when they land at the airport? Like
Okay, the
mentioned
first
by
step-
Sister Alina, there's an airport at Paris and also airport at Limoges. So what are the first steps for you?
The first step is, of course, going out the airport and take the transportation to Limoges. So there are a few options to go to Limoges. You can use bus or the, but we highly recommend you to use the train because you want less hassle and you don't want your luggages to end up to being stolen in the bus because we don't know, right, what will happen and all. And also, the train is faster than the bus, so we highly recommend you to use the SNCF train. The SNCF is supposedly the biggest train company in France. But if you want to use bus, there are also a few companies like the Flixbus and the BlaBlaCar. So these two bus are trusted and reliable lah. So mostly it costs around 20 to 30 euros, but the price vary. It can go higher or it can go slightly lower. And my tip is that do an ultimate research about all the things that you want to for your arrival lah, because you will be bringing 20 to 40 kilograms of luggages. You don't want any more problem. You are tired from the tens of hours from KL to Paris. So please do research because like from my experience, me and my friend, we had lived a quite huge gap from our arrival in Paris. We booked the train to Limoges like 6 hours apart, and we thought we had enough time for process for the immigration and for the luggage and also the from airport to the Paris train station. But somehow we ended up to miss our train 2 times, so we rebooked the trains 2 times. So please do your research. Okay, so when you arrive Limoges, so how you will get to the accommodation. So before you arrive here, you are you will be appointed to one mentor from University of Limoges, from the student there. So the people from University of Limoges will like manage your communication between you and the mentor. So the mentor will ask you beforehand. So before your arrival, they will ask you like when will you arrive, how you will get to the to Limoges lah. So they will help you to get from the train station the accommodation. So like from our experience, we took the bus but guided by our mentors. And also we had hard time communicating with friends there. So we the first few days we were in Limoges, we were guided by our mentor. So our mentors kind of help us to translate. But when we were on our own, we use Google Translate to communicate. And also we will learn the French language there. So as the time passes, you will like learn little basic lah of French and yeah, your daily communication. So the first few days, what you're gonna think about is the SIM card, the bus card, the groceries. So all this we were guided by our mentors to settle up our SIM card and also do the bus card, the groceries, buying the kitchen appliances, and knowing your way to campus, set up student account, fill the visa euros. So before getting our SIM card, we purchased the data roaming from Malaysia. So we recommend you to like purchase it from Malaysia before your departure and the data roaming for at least 1 week to avoid any other problems lah. Okay, that's all.
All right, thank you, Sister Hannah, for sharing the arrival steps. And moving on, can I pass the floor to Sister Sarah Aisha? Is Sarah Aisha here?
Yeah. Hello.
Hello. For my question, in terms of accommodation, what was the process of applying for it, and what were some unexpected costs that you faced?
Okay. For the accommodation, they will send you a link like a month before, and then you get to choose which accommodation you would like. A lot of the undergraduate students choose residence laborie. It's one of the cheapest options, I feel like it's also one of the funnest option because everyone stays there, so you get to meet a lot of different people. But it is really small, so if you are concerned about that, then maybe you can choose other rooms. This particular room is 9 meters square, so very, very small, but very compact. And I think for a semester, it's sufficient. Yeah, so you have your bed that goes up and down. It descends based on the switch and ascends based on the switch as well. You get your own fridge, freezer, so you can do your own groceries and stock up. And the bathroom is also inside the room itself, so the personal space is great. And then you have a communal kitchen where you share with everyone in your floor. Yeah, so that's a great way to meet new people and see what other people are cooking. Yeah, and unexpected costs. Okay, so before going back, you have to actually clean your room. I didn't face this, but if you don't clean your room properly, then you're gonna have to pay a certain amount of money if they're not happy with how you clean your room. So that's the only thing basically. You would have to pay a deposit of around 1,000 ringgit, I think, before you arrive. Yeah, that's basically it. Wait, can you go to the next slide, Hannah? Can you go to the next slide, please? Okay, just to get around, we use these apps. Sorry. Can we go to the previous slide? Okay, yeah, to get around, we use these apps. Modalis is basically a local bus app. It's the same user experience as Move It, the app that we use in Malaysia. So you can know when the bus is arriving, as NSCF is the bus that Hannah was talking about, that you can take from Paris all the way to Limoges. Flixbus is the bus app, and I personally use BigPay, but a lot of the other girls use Wise to transfer money, to pay stuff. Yeah, I think Wise personally is much better than BigPay, but I just didn't set up my Wise account fast enough. So, I mean, before you like a month before you go to Limoges, like you definitely have to set up your Wise account. I didn't set up mine until like a week before, so I didn't get to use it. Yeah, that's it.
All right, thank you very much, Sister Sarah. So So we've covered on the pre-departure, the arrival, and also the accommodation. I think the next up, I'd like to invite Sister Nur Sharif for
Yes.
the unexpected stuff. So since the students will be living the next 5 to 6 months in a new environment, what are some things that unexpected things that the students may face?
Okay, so for those of you going to Limoges next year, here are some things to expect. First, shop in Limoges close really early, and many are closed on Sunday. Even the nearest supermarket closes at around 10 a.m. on the Sunday. But the good news is there's a wet market on Sunday morning around the city center, and the boba shop is open. So at least that's a little happiness every weekend. Uh, and then the mosques, they're only open during prayer times. So you need to plan your visits carefully. And if you're out exploring, just remember that it's really hard to find public restroom in France. And uh, for your information, we all pray in classroom because the schedule is really tight. So yeah. And then for transport, there's no metro like in Paris. Um, you'll mostly use local buses or walk. And it takes about an hour from the hostel to the MCLNSI building, including the waiting time. And another things that you need to expect during summer, it can get really, really hot. It's hotter than in Malaysia, and most don't have air conditioning. So you need to prepare, maybe bring some tea clothes and a portable fan, you know. And the last one is not everyone received the hostel aid or what they call cuff. So don't depend on it too much and just prepare your budget early. Because from my experience, I only get the hostel aid for the last month I was in Paris. Yeah, I was in Limoges, which is for June. And other months you need to pay full for the hostel. And I think we go to the next slide. Thank you. So I want to share life in France as a Muslim too. Honestly, it's not too difficult, but you do have to adjust a bit. Food options. The campus are limited, so as we all do, we bring our own packed meal, as we say, bekal every day to the class. And during lunchtime, we sit together. As you can see, the picture is our food that we cook early in the morning and bring it to the class. Next, you'll definitely miss Malaysian food. So bring some instant noodle, sambar, and retard food, as well as your 3-in-1 drink, because they really save your mood after class. Most retard food companies actually do retard for students who are studying overseas. And I retard rendang because it's very hard to cook when you pay for it, right? For finding halal food, we use the Tech Halal Food app, uh, which I put in the slide because it's very helpful. It shows nearby halal things that we can buy in the groceries. Also, don't forget to bring sabun serta because it's almost impossible to find in France. And as we all know, everywhere in Paris or in France, in Limoges, they bring their dogs. Um, Next, prayer times change a lot depending on the season. Subuh prayer can be around 4:30 in the morning, like during summer, and Maghrib can be really late, around 10 p.m. or more. So we need to keep checking for the prayer times. Next, I want to share another unexpected unexpected things, which is about luggage. You need to prepare high quality uh, luggage, which is thick or double zipper, because my friend luggage did damage during our trip from KL to Paris. So she needs to buy another luggage to go back from Malaysia and to go back from Paris to Malaysia. Yeah, overall, it's a great experience. You learn to be independent, manage your time, and still stay connected to your faith even in your environment. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, moving on. For Sister Afza Lina is
Hello, hi. Can you hear my voice?
yes, we can hear. As mentioned before, this is a self-funded program. So, what are the financial costs that the students must consider?
Okay, so my name is Afza Alina, or in French, we used to say Je m'appelle Afza. Okay, so I will be covered about the cost for today. And okay, for the cost, of course, the first one is you need to purchase for the insurance. You need to subscribe the insurance. You can choose whether AIG or Etika. And for me, I choose AIG, and it costs around 400 ringgit. And it also based on the price also based on the advantage that they will give if anything happen. Next is EF interview. This is it is a must for every student to get the student visa, and you need to pay around 750 ringgit for the interview. And this interview session is just online session and with French embassy. Yes, of course, we get interviewed by French people, but not in French language, just in English language. Okay, next is visa fee. This is an face-to-face interview session at the Malaysia Embassy, and you need to pay around 230 plus plus. I didn't remember the exact amount, but it will be around 234, I think. Next is the flight ticket, Kuala Lumpur Paris and Paris to Kuala Lumpur, and it costs around 5k. And for the flight ticket, some of us choose to fly with Emirates, and for me, Hannah, Sharif, Adlina, and Usna, we choose to fly with Turkish Airline, and we have layover at Turkey, and we choose such a long layover to get around Turkey. Next is when you arrive in Paris, you need to take train or bus to go to Limoges. So it will cost about 30 euro for 100 and equal to 141 ringgit. And for me, for the train, you can buy the ticket through SNCF train ticket. And for the bus, you can choose either you wanted to go with BlaBlaCar or Flixbus. And for the bus, I think they have some limitation for the luggage. Maybe one person they can bring only 2 luggage. So, but I think you need to read again the terms and condition before paying the ticket. Next is visa validation. You can do it just online, but when you arrive in Limoges, and you can pay for 50. You need to pay for 50 euro, and equivalent to 240 ringgit. Next is the bus card. Some of you guys already asked me whether they should subscribe for the bus card, and the answer is absolutely yes, because even you wanted to go from your Labori is our accommodation, from Labori to the center. Also, you need to use the bus, and of course, when you wanted to go to the class, 1 hour of 1 hour of duration, you need to go by bus. And of course, bus is the only public transportation that I can see in Limoges. I didn't see any metro in Limoges. Not like Paris. So you need to pay 70 euro per 3 months. And if you stay there for 4 months or 5 months, you can multiply by yourself the price. Okay, so accommodation, Labori, you need to pay for 241 ringgit per month, and equivalent to 1k per month. And also for the accumulation, you can apply CAF to get CAF is like something that can reduce the amount of payment. For us, only Sharif get the CAF, but the others didn't get the CAF. Yeah, I think it is based on luck, because we send the document and fill up the document at the same time, but only Sharif get the CAF. I think it is based on luck. Okay, for the food, it costs around €12 per meal. Per meal, not per day or not per month. It €12 per meal and equivalent to 53 ringgit 98 cents. So for €12 you can get one medium tacos, or you can get one pizza, or you can get two pieces of chicken just for €12. So I think you can budget by yourself. For a month, you want to eat how much of outside food you want to get for a month to minimize your budget. So for the SIM card, it is a must, and all of us use Leica Mobile. It is like Maxis. And in France, we use Leica Mobile, and it is very easy. If you travel to different country, you can use the data, because we depend on our life in Europe. Usually depends on Google Maps, because we didn't know to go anywhere. So the total spending that I spent in Limoges is 30K. Includes I travel to 10 Europe countries, but these 10 Europe countries but it also depends on individual spending. And this is just rough costing, because some of the travel I travel with my family. So if you travel with family, they will pay for the expenses, not me. So the price may be up, and I think we all of us already agree that the minimum price that you need to have in your bank account before going to Limoges is about 20 to 25K, not included the travel, because not include the travel, it just include the accommodation and all your daily spending. So some of maybe humble advice for me: you need to prepare extra 50 to 20%, such as 5K to 7K for unexpected costs, because when all of us are returning in June, in end of June, happened a political issue, disrupted our flight, and some of our flight got cancelled, and we need to buy a new ticket on the spot, which is happened to my friend, and she need to buy the ticket on the spot, which cost 5K from Paris to Kuala Lumpur. And for the normal cost, it will cost about 2.5K. But if you buy tickets on the spot, it will cost 5K. So we didn't know what will happen, and also maybe happen some emergency. You need to prepare for the extra unexpected cost. Also for hidden costs, for the laundry, we need to do laundry every week, because they no hanging space to hanging your clothes in your room. And also for the Uber, if you miss the bus every morning to go to the class, because it take 1 hour from library to go to University of Limoges. It takes 1 hour. So if you miss the class, you need to take the Uber, and it costs around €20 per Uber, and €20 is slightly equivalent to 93 ringgit for only from library to University of Limoges. Next, you also need to prepare for study materials, luggage overweight fees. This is when you travel with your friends. And of course, if you travel with Wizz Air, Ryanair, or Jet2 Holidays, you need to prepare for the overweight fees, because they are too strict about the luggage. Next is doctor's consultation. It is, we didn't know what will happen for us. And one of my friends, Sharif, she pengsan during our study there. So she need to prepare for the payment. Also, when we like to cook, I think every week, maybe 2 times we cook with our friends. And sometimes when we cook, kita terhiris jari and heavy bleeding. So you need to get doctor's consultation, and you need to prepare for the amount, of course. Also happened to me. My hand got heavy bleeding. Okay, so you need to prepare for the toiletries, and also for the road trip, if you join any road trip. And for us, all of us joined our 12-hour road trip from Limoges to Etretat and also Saint Michel with a Malaysian student that stayed in Limoges. So yeah, she have an international license to drive the car, and we rent a car to go for a 12-hour road trip. And also you need to prepare for the groceries, and groceries we paid about 18 to 20 euro groceries for 2 weeks. So the first picture is a halal store that sell meat, sell also chicken, and also all halal products there. You can just go to the store. And also the second picture is picture of us traveling to another countries. And the last picture is picture of all of us go to a road trip at Creta and also Saint Michel. That's all for me. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So it seems like we've almost reached the end of our sharing session, but there are still a couple of questions that I want to ask. Can I call for Sister Nur Anissa? Right.
Yeah. Sorry. I think
Okay.
this is the electrical and electronics one, so someone else might present it first.
All right. Who volunteer?
It's me.
Okay.
So I will continue with the academic life. Can you hear my voice?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. For learning environment, I think it is more practical than in Malaysia, as in IIUM they separate both labs and theoretical part. But in Limoges, we combine both. Just we focus more on the practical part. And then additionally, the schedule changes weekly. So we need to constantly check in the student portal to make sure we didn't miss any class. The student portal, we will get the access, open the arrival, so don't need to be worried about the student portal. Next, for the assessment part, almost all of the subjects we learned at Limoges have assignments since there were no homeworks. However, for unicore subject like French language, they might have homework. But still, they were bearable to do. And for the quizzes, for me, I can recall only for 3 subjects that have quiz. One is unicore, which is French language, and the other 2 quizzes regarding the lab. And then for final exam, some of the subject we learned there doesn't have final exam. We only do either assignment or project and presentation as our final exam. Also, we have certain subject that we have learned in UIA, so we don't need to take all of the subject in Limoges, but still we need to make sure that our credit hour, or in European they call it as ECTS, not less than 30 ECTS to prevent any problem during our credit transfer process. Lastly, for the facilities, they provide us lab. For the lab, we really need it during the IDP. We can go there anytime, but we still need the tell the lecturer to access the lab. But it is only during the weekday. During the weekend, we cannot access the lab. For the note, the lecturer usually provide us the note, either online or physical note. For physical note, they even print it for us. So yeah, it will save us a lot of money. And then there are library also. Lastly, they also have the playroom. They have snooker, but we never played there. We just go there for eat our lunch because they have microwave, so we can heat our food that we cook before go to the class. For the next slide, Hannah, can you go to the next slide? Thank you. Um, and this is the list of the subject that we can transfer. But during our time, some subject like antenna didn't provide it as there were no lecturers volunteered to teach us, so we cannot credit transfer for the technical 3 elective. Yeah, and some of us might have different subject that we can transfer. As for Sarah, she already have a lot of subject she have taken in IIUM. So like analog system at Limoges, she didn't take it. Uh, there are also the example of timetable during us in Limoges. The picture. Okay. Next, I will pass to Anissa to continue the presentation.
Hello. Uh, so in UIA, I was in I am in chemical, but when we went to Limoges, there's no chemical engineering, but there's water engineering. So that is what I've been learning for 4 months. To 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 differentiate between the syllabus in UIA and in Limoges. In Limoges, it's more lab work based. So that means like in UIA, every semester there's like only one lab per semester. We have four, right? During my during in Limoges, almost every week we will be in the lab, and we also have a technical project, and we sat in the lab for almost the whole day from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. So like you can tell that it is very heavily lab based instead of theoretical, which is there's still theoretical classes, but it more focuses on lab. Other than that, we also went to a lot of wastewater treatment plants and drinking water treatment plants, which is interesting because we get to see like the France way of treating water, managing water, and producing drinking water that will supply towards the Limoges, the tiny state. And I don't know if someone said this already, but every week the schedule will change. Like in UIA, the schedule is set from week 1 to week 14, but in Limoges, the schedule will switch. So every week is a new week. So sometimes the classes would go from, and every day would be a different class. So some classes would be like for an hour, but some classes would go for the whole day. So it's unpredictable. So the pictures are some of the water plants that we went, and yeah. And for like exams there is also easy because most of the exams that I did is mostly multiple choice, and it had only like 20 questions. And the teachers are also so accommodating and nice. So yeah. Okay. Next. Next. Okay. So these are the subjects that could be transferred for chemical back in UIA. We only have four subjects, which is first the chemical engineering lab 4, both FYP 1 and FYP 2, and one uh chemical elective, which is the water and wastewater treatment design plant. From Yeah, these are the only one that could be transferred, but I'm not sure. But for the next batch, you could try to transfer more, but I don't think you can anymore. But you could try because to compare to its the electrical one, it's quite a lot compared to us. But it's okay because we transfer final year project, which is okay. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Sister Anissa and Sister Husna. So it seems that we've reached the end of our sharing session. The floor is open for any questions for any students that are still unclear with the program. You can unmute your mic and ask your question, or you may message in the chat box.
Assalamualaikum. While waiting for some other students who want to ask a question, maybe I'll start first. My name is Faradiana. I'm a lecturer. Okay, I'm just curious. Like for example, you mentioned the classes are they're changing every single week, and they are fast paced, and sometimes very strenuous because from the morning until the afternoon you are in the lab, right? So and then compared to IIUM, every single week is the same and it's very predictive. So I'm just wondering which one do you actually prefer? And if it's in Limoges, what would be the reason to justify it?
Can I answer that one?
Yeah, sure.
I definitely prefer the predictive schedule in IUM only because then I can schedule my extracurricular outside of that. For example, if I wanted to go out like on Tuesday next week, I wouldn't be able to do that because then next week would be my class. And then it's like the schedule is also not updated. Sometimes it will only update on the day itself. And so you just don't know and you can't really schedule outside of uni life because of that. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So in that case, is there anybody who likes Limoges scheduling method?
No, I
Okay,
think
no,
we
maybe
all
not.
we all hated it.
All right, okay. But it is good to keep you on your toes, right? I mean, in a way, they are trying to make you really
Really stay in
study.
Limoges, yeah.
Yeah, stay in Limoges, stay in campus. I don't know. I think maybe that's a good idea. Cik, tak adalah. I'm just kidding. I'm just
Yes,
kidding.
but then sometimes, like for example, this week we don't have class on Friday, and then we think, okay, next week, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we can plan a trip somewhere, and then we can't do that because next week there's suddenly class on Friday. So
Yeah, that's a bummer.
yeah.
Understood. All right. What about the rest of the students? Do you have any question? Are those interested to go? Are you guys here? We have a question. Okay.
I don't know if someone has addressed it, but Dr. Afifa asked if there is a place for you to pray in between classes. There is not, but we can pray in like non-occupied classes. So we can just enter any class and just pray there. Most of the lecturers don't mind. Yes.
So, for water engineering, you already credit transfer your FYP, right? So did you?
I'm in the process.
Oh no, I
Yeah.
mean, did you actually do a project there? What kind of project did you do? Is it
Yeah.
like similar to here?
I did a project that I think like previous students did. I did water treatment using oyster shells. Yeah. So like they provided the oyster shells and water. So they gave us like instructions on what to do. So we had to like go into that. Yeah. But I think like the previous students who went had another project, a different project. So I think it depends on when you go. So yeah.
All right. Okay, understood. I want to hear from the students who are going next
Malu kot.
semester.
Malu kot nak tanya. Uh,
Okay, Assalamualaikum. Can I ask the question as well here?
Sure.
yeah,
Right.
sure. Dr.
Okay.
Fazia.
Okay, so I'm Fazia, Dr. Fazia from CHES. Okay, so based on Dr. Afifa's briefing just now, the courses that can be credit transferred are elective courses, right? But then Hanisa just now presented that she also transfer for Chen Lab 4, FYP 1 and 2, and one elective course. Okay, so here, is it change here, Dr. Afifa? Because just now we presented that the students can do a credit transfer with a number of elective courses from CHES and 2 free electives as well. So perhaps I can get more info about this.
As for the FYP, I just I didn't know that Anissa ever discussed with the AA previously. I think because she went there and then come back and then because we don't know, because in the subject that offered, they informed that there will be project and all the things, but we don't have the picture what are the things that done in that particular project. Maybe after coming back, is it true, Anissa, when you come back only that you request for this subject to be transfer credit, or is it already discussed with the AA previously?
When I transferred, I took the subjects that I could transfer based on previous students. So previously there were 3 or 4 students who went, and they all transferred those 4 subjects. And like there was a few subjects that they couldn't transfer, so I didn't try to transfer.
I see.
Even with the list of 4 subjects that I've given to you, given in the slide.
I sorry, I don't remember the subjects, but I remember asking the previous students, and they said like there was a few subjects that they couldn't transfer, like because it was I'm not sure, but it was like between the academic advisors. I'm not sure.
And how about the minimum credit hours that you can transfer here? Is there a cap, Dr. Afifah?
For us, no cap, because for example, Sarah, she already taken a lot of subject, right, Sarah, here in Malaysia. So when she went there, only certain subject, I think 1 or 2 subject only you can transfer credit, right?
Yes, yeah, that's true. And I think it was just it was a voluntary decision for me to also extend my studies. So I mean, for me, it was okay. But yeah, I mean, So it's also okay to go even if you cannot transfer any credit. So it's mostly just like for the experience for you.
For experience and also to learn new things over there, right?
Because it's actually very important to discuss this thoroughly with the student so
Yeah,
that they are aware, on the courses that can be considered for this credit transfer here and at Limoges as well, right?
I will share with you the poster from Limoges also that listed the subject they offered over there later. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Afifah, and thanks as well, everybody. Right.
Okay. So, any other question from the floor? If there is no question, because today is Friday, right? So people are going for Friday prayer. For those who are still interested to join the program, please stay in the WhatsApp group that I've already created for those who applied earlier, right? Okay, so if you're not interested anymore, you can leave the group. Inshallah, I will add your seniors also, those who are who share the share with us today. So maybe if let's say later you have question or anything, you can ask in the group, okay, in the WhatsApp group. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Maybe back to you, Brother Anas, to close the session.
Thank you everyone for joining this sharing session. I think there's nothing else to be done. I think we can end this sharing session with tasbih, kifarah, and surah Falaq.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
All right. Bye. Assalamualaikum.
Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum.